My name is Dudit, set up builds and stuff. Today I've got the most disgusting hunter build you've ever seen with a reworked exotic. This build gives you ultimate survivability. We're going to have weakening infinitely, absolutely huge, massive weapon damage, unraveling rounds, volatile rounds, you name it, the lot. We're talking about the sealed Ahamkara's grasps. These have been reworked, you get the nightmare fuel on there, we're going to break all that down. Like I said, they've been reworked, you get a massive 35% damage increase with these now. So this build is all based around massive damage, like I said, and not only that, we're going to have loads and loads of survivability. We're going to be featuring a new hunter aspect on the prowl, infinite invisibility, infinite weakening. So stay with me, I will break it all down. The sealed Ahamkara's grasps, nightmare fuel, powered melee and finisher final blows, grant nightmare fuel, increase in handling and airborne effectiveness. While this is active, you freshly drawn weapons deal additional damage and grant nightmare fuel on final blows. Gaining nightmare fuel reloads all holstered weapons, so you get infinite reloads. So basically, all you gotta do is get a finisher or a powered melee kill. I'm only using finisher for this particular build. I'll explain why, because I'm on full void. But basically get a finisher and you're going to see that nightmare fuel just on the bottom left there, and that it'll stay active. So basically how you want to use this is the loop of play. Get a finisher, and then that weapon that you've got out in your hand, you keep that out. Get a kill with it, your nightmare fuel lasts for 6 seconds. Once you've got a kill with it, you can then switch to another weapon and get another 6 seconds of nightmare fuel. It's actually about 7 seconds, I think, 6 to 7. So basically, get a finisher, the weapon that you've got out, you can keep hold of it, and then once you get another kill with that weapon, switch to your other weapon, and that will therefore refresh the nightmare fuel buff. The damage increase is a whopping 35% damage increase, which is absolutely huge. Really important to know, it doesn't stack with Radiant. Radiant bugs it out, but it does stack with weapon surges. But once you've got other things going to the build as well, that 35% damage, plus weakening, which we're going to go into, and volatile rounds. But just that 35% damage increase, I've got like a really quick example for you how you could sort of use it. I don't actually use Parasite in this build, but Parasite, for example, that's a really obvious one because you get a times 20 stack on that and it already does massive damage. Now, if you've got that nightmare fuel on top of that as well, that extra 35% after a finisher, Parasite absolutely slaps. I'm going to go through a couple of other weapons that I prefer to run. Now, the most obvious one to me is Buried Bloodline. I tried loads and loads of different weapons, but Buried Bloodline fits perfectly. It's anti-barrier sidearm this season. You can also run a Void Machine Gun. I got this corrective measure from the Vault of Glass last night with the new Demoralized perk on there, which all work perfectly together. The Buried Bloodline weakens and so does Demoralized perk. And once you've got your finisher going, you've got your Buried Bloodline out, which obviously grants Devour, but I do actually run Devour on this build as well, which we will go into, but you've literally got infinite weakening with various different weapons. But Buried Bloodline, getting that Devour, that weakening on tap, the extra 35% damage increase, get a kill, switch to your other weapon, get a kill with that weapon, and you can keep that nightmare fuel going. Now, Volatile Marksman, Rapid Void precision hits, and Rapid Void final blows grant volatile rounds. This is just a bonus to the build. Maligned Harvest, rapidly applying volatile causes your next instance of void weapon damage to create a weakening burst, and then Void Flux, defeating weaker targets with a void weapon applies volatile to nearby targets. Now, if you're running precision weapons like a Void Machine Gun, you can literally keep that volatile going all of the time, and then you can switch to your Buried Bloodline, for example, keep that nightmare fuel going. The nightmare fuel buff is really, really generous as well. It's really, really decent. I'm on a full Void subclass, so on the prowl, the brand new Hunter aspect is really good. Entering invisibility marks a nearby combatant as a priority target. When you defeat that target, it's going to create a weakening burst and make you invisible, and plus give your teammates some extra ability gains. But the main thing for me is coming out with that invisibility, creating that weakening burst. That really works nice with the up close and quarter build for the sealed Ahamkara's grasps. I also run Stylish Executioner because every time you defeat a void debuff targets, whether it's volatile or weakened or suppressed, that's going to make you invisible. That paired up with everything you've seen, you've literally got infinite invisibility whenever you feel fit. So you've got your Buried Bloodline going, you've got your weakening from your Buried Bloodline as that weakens when you've got your Devourer. That's also proccing your Stylish Executioner. You've got your On the Prowl going, so that is also going to create a weakening burst. So it's all extra damage and extra ways to proc that Stylish Executioner. Extra 15% damage plus the extra 35% from Sealed Arm and Grasp just feels absolutely ridiculous. Plus all that volatile going from the seasonal artifact perks. The survivability on this build is absolutely crazy because you are literally in and out of invisibility. I've also running Devour, which we'll go into in a moment as well. So the survivability is cracked, the damage is cracked, and you're infinitely weakening for you and your teammates. It's so strong. Fragments now, these are really important. I like to run Echo of Undermining. Your Void Grenades weaken targets. More weakening to the build, more damage, more ways to proc your Stylish Executioner. Echo of Harvest, defeated a weakened target, creates an Orb of Power and a Void Breach. This also works particularly well with the On the Prowl. You've literally got so many orbs and ways to proc your your Void Breaches. Really strong. And then Echo of Starvation, every time we pick up an orb or a Void Breach, it's going to give us Devour, so you're going to have Devour on tap as well. Echo of Persistence, Void debuff applied to you, have an increased duration. Obviously your invisibility in your Devour is going to have increased duration. And Echo of Obscurity, because we're finishing, we may as well take advantage of that one to go invisible every time we finish. So one more time, loads and loads of weakening, loads and loads of invisibility from your Stylish Executioner and your On the Prowl, and you'll see that Nightmare Fuel again on that bottom left. So I just want to say one more time just so we get it. Basically, get a finisher, get a kill with the weapon that you've got equipped, switch to another weapon, get a kill, switch to another weapon, get a kill, and you can literally keep refreshing that 35% damage increase plus all the weakening. So much damage. So because we're finishing quite a lot as well, we may as well take advantage of Dreadful Finisher. Whenever you defeat a powerful combat, it's going to spawn special for you and your teammates. You are finishing quite a lot. I mean, it doesn't drop special on every single enemy, but a powerful enemy like a champion or a major or something like that, why not take advantage of that extra special ammo? You may as well. And that actually opens up the door. You could actually run double special weapons as well in certain situations. Now, I'm going to be honest here, this build really did my head in. Like, it really caused me a massive headache because there's that many different weapons that would fit perfectly with the Sealed Ahamkara's Grasp in a particular setup. Like, it's not a complaint at all, but I was, like, consistently trying. I must have deleted about 7 hours worth of clips trying to find the right combination of weapons. Because obviously you want to be taking advantage of free weapons. I've deleted so many clips. And the truth is, there's actually loads and loads of different weapons you could run. I'm just focusing on the ones I find personally good. Now, Slayer's Fang, as well as Buried Bloodline, with Repulsor Brace, refit on the Slayer's Fang, you're going to get an Overshield from defeating the weakened targets as well. So, you get weakening from the Slayer's Fang, and you're going to get that Repulsor Brace, which is absolutely crazy. Another one that also works really nicely is Izanagi's Burden, which we'll go into in a moment. But like I said, Slayer's Fang, Buried Bloodline, just because of the weakening effects on them two weapons and the Repulsor Brace that you get from the Slayer's Fang, these work really nice. And Slayer's Fang, I covered it quite a lot last season when it first came out. I still think it's underrated, but having an extra 35% on there, it absolutely slaps. Now, like I mentioned a minute ago, Izanagi's Burden with the Honed Edge, like this already does quite a lot of damage anyway, but for, again, certain situations, you could probably take advantage of Izanagi's just like you would with Parasite. And once you got that 35% on there, it really does quite a lot of damage again. It slaps, like I just said as well a moment ago, there's loads and loads of different weapons you could go with this, but I'm just showing you how good Izanagi's is once you've got that 35% damage increase from that Nightmare Fuel. It absolutely slaps it. It's not too bad to do. Basically, just get a finisher and you're good to go for about 7 seconds and you can get some absolutely massive numbers. Now, another weapon that is really strong, Choir of 1. This has got the destabilizing rounds on there as well. Auto Rifle's got a 10% buff as well, but Choir of 1's already good anyway with the 2 different firing modes. You can sort of like aim or hip fire it for that cluster void damage. And again, that 35% on top of Choir of 1 is really strong. So, the best weapons I found personally was a Void Machine Gun paired up with something like Slayer's Fang, Buried Bloodline, something like that. They all work together, or Choir of One. Because it's a void season, you may as well take advantage of all that volatile stuff as well in the seasonal artifact pack, which we touched on. It's quite easy to proc that volatile, which is all extra damage one way or another, and they're the weapons I really like to run. But I can't really not talk about Heart Shadow. Heart Shadow is obviously an exotic sword. What this does, it also applies weakening, and you can get some absolutely humongous damage with the Heart Shadow sword as well. And with the invisibility, that also works really nicely with the Hunter aspect on the Prowl. Some really, really big damage from Heart Shadow. Now, a bit more survivability for you. So, Powerful Attraction is a really, really good mod to run. It automatically collects orbs whenever you dodge. Any orbs that are nearby will go straight into your sort of character. And because of Echo of Starvation, you're going to create loads of orbs of power. You're going to proc your Devour by dodging. And then we've got Unraveling Orbs as well. So you're going to get Unraveling Orbs as well. Unraveling Rounds, sorry, just by dodging. Now, if you just look at my health here at the top, this is that Powerful Attraction kicking in. I was almost dead, dodged, and that instantly procced my Devour, giving me full health back and giving me Unraveling Rounds. So I just wanted to show you that, even more survivability. Now, Void Weapon Surges as well, because we're running Powerful Attraction. Whenever you dodge, you're going to get 2 Weapon Surges. Like I said, you can stack Weapon Surges with this build. And the Unraveling Rounds are also going to work really nicely with Strand weapons like the Call and the new Strand Sword. And once you've sort of got it all working together, like a Strand Primary, for example, you're going to get all them Unraveling Rounds. You're going to have weakening left, right, and centre from all the things we've talked about. And all them Unraveling Rounds just flying around left, right, and centre. And the good thing with Unraveling Rounds, it's extra damage. And it also procs your Starless Executioner. So it's just more invisibility. And you've got that weakening going, destabilising rounds as an example. Destabilising rounds, Unraveling Rounds going at the same time is an absolute joke. Look at the state of that, absolutely gross. And then one more final weapon to show you, the Afterlight that I picked up the other day from doing the Never Discord Destabilising Rounds. This Afterlight is an absolute monster. Destabilising and Discord, you get free ammo and volatile explosions left, right, and centre. I'll leave a link to that video. It's an absolutely awesome, awesome fusion rifle. Really, really strong. But a quick roundup now. Loads and loads of survivability. Loads and loads of absolutely massive damage. Unraveling Rounds left, right, and centre. Weakening, volatile, you name it. This build's got everything. It is really, really strong. And it's an easy exotic to keep up all of the time. That Nightmare Fuel. I'm going to leave my mods playing out as well. I'll also leave a dim link, and I'm also going to leave a link to Mobilytics if you need extra sort of explanation on the build. That is the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.